one summer's evening, standing on the mound.
Yeah.
The ballpark's full of cheering crowd. The home team's back in town with all pitches.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Painted Corners Baseball Podcast. I'm your co-host, Johnny C., joined as always by Aidan Smith. Ketel Marte disappearing from Fenway. Tigers can still throw shutouts, even with 0 strikeouts. The Dodgers are figuring out Skubal, even without a screwball. And boy, oh boy, Joshua Baez, let's not bury the lead, but woof, historical record. Aidan, how's your week?
Not as good as Joshua's first game.
Amen.
I think he's 0 for 15 cents, but who cares?
I'm not counting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hanging in a hotel room in Eugene, so we're living the dream, baby.
Perfect. I've got a buddy at work who's a huge Cardinals fan. I hit him up. He said it's a moment he'll never forget. I was talking to a buddy on a run as well who brought it up to me. Knows that we yucked some ball here at Painting Corners. And I told him this. I was like, that is the ideal situation. As opposed to a guy that on the first pitch hits a home run, the first pitch of his MLB career hits a home run, and then goes 0-4 the rest of the game. And Baez going 3 for 3 with 3 bombs right in a row. He got into some deep counts. He saw some bad pitches. He battled back from an 0-2 to a 3-2 and hit another bomb. That really is like different, markedly different than just getting lucky, If you leave that first game with just like the first pitch home run and then you go 0 for the rest of the game, you're kind of haunted. You're like, man, they figured me out already. I don't deserve to be here. The gremlins are loud inside the head. The dopamine crash is hitting. Baseline reset. You're bummed. Trying to hype yourself up for game number 2. But no, Baez, looking like a young Albert Pujols out there, goes 3 bombs, actual historical record. No caveat, no for the first time since addendum. No weird stipulation about the first guy who wore a hat tilted to the right side of his head with the left shoe that's white. Like, no, dude. First time ever, human history, bro hit 3 bombs.
I know it does seem like the first guy on a Tuesday who ate a beef and cheese burrito.
It's like,
what?
Really?
No
we
way!
Doing this? Are we doing this right now?
No. I actually had a burrito today. It was really good.
It's all about you, I see.
That's why I'm thinking about burritos. But no, I very happy for him. Big night. Very cool. And we got some other things to talk about outside of the Rook's big night. But yeah, cheers to him. Let's talk Ketel Marte, or Ketel One Marte. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice, dude. That's what my brain's always doing when I see him.
So with Ketel, it's now been reported that he was seen around 11 o'clock last night, hanging out with a group of folks at the team hotel after being put on the restricted list. So not the best news for him.
Is he Batman? What kind of folks was he hanging out with? Like, was he busting up crime?
I don't think he was hanging out with a church group. No, I have no idea who he was hanging out with.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, you would assume, right, that he's really starting to be painted as somewhat of an antagonist within the organization, right? That seems to be where the breadcrumbs are leading us.
Yeah, an aged second baseman. What is he, past 32 now? Past 33? Or is he 34? Yeah. He's getting there? Okay.
I don't think he's 34 yet, is he?
I know Ketel as the best hitting second baseman in the league. The guy that you would get on your team and go, man, I'm really glad I have that. It's not even it doesn't have to be caveated as for second baseman.
He's 33 in October.
Yeah, this might be the start of the Swan Song. What do you think?
Oh, it definitely could be. I mean, 107 OPS plus after being, in the 130 to 150 range for the last 3 years. So it's definitely a drop off. That being said, I mean, he's still a productive player at the at the production level that he's at, but he's not going to be. I mean, he's not a star player at the production level that he's at this season. So, although it does seem like he is one of those guys that, whenever I'm watching him in the bottom of the ninth inning, he seems to do something, or it's bottom of the 10th inning. And a lot of times he's hitting walk-off homers. He's one of those guys who's just always showing up when I watch him.
Cattell is. This is not the first incident this year, right? So
No.
publicly apologize earlier after missing games right after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Teammates probably aren't super happy. The vibes are down. Y'all were in the World Series not too long ago. You can't figure out if you're sellers or not. I will say this. I'm a big fan, not of home run celebration masks and props, right? I'm the hater. But here's what I love. I love that, I don't know if you call it, the fourth tone, the subtle little random, like athletic tape, athletic guard tone that just contrasts so brightly against a team's normal color palette. Example, Ketel Marte rocking like this bright teal blue, right? Or like how Julio has the pink or the lime green. I guess the lime green is on par.
So is that just anachronistic? Like, is that like what do you like about that?
It's what I like is, though it is a grating contrast, it is garish. There is something about it where each weird color is unique to a particular team. Like the Diamondbacks are like, we're doing this teal. What's that? No, what's turquoise? It's turquoise, like desert jewelry turquoise. And it speaks of the desert almost, and it's theirs.
I have a critical question about King's English here, Johnny.
Oh man.
So garish is an adjective,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So we've established that.
We're good. We're good on adjective. Glaring,
What?
staring, dazzling, hence glaringly or vulgarly gaudy,
Well,
extravagantly.
and let's be
flight.
honest, that's what we all know it to be,
Yeah.
right? Uh,
Yeah.
what's the noun version? Is it garrity? Is there a noun version? Gar Garishy?
Garishness. I think it's garishness. The
Garishness.
state of garish.
Wow. It's one of those ness nouns.
Yeah, it's like kind of a cop out, right? It's like
Yeah.
uh
Sheepishness,
yeah,
right?
it's like
It's an interesting one.
I don't
I
know.
like,
That's just taking the easy way out for giving me a noun, you know.
yeah.
Tawdry is a synonym which does not
Ooh.
hit. So
Ooh.
that is not a that's a false cognate. It sounds like to my ear that tawdry is small, weak, bad, fraying at the edges, right?
Mm.
But it's actually a synonym of glaring, showy, dazzling, garish. So some words just don't do it for me.
I do find it very interesting that you love garishness.
Caveat, that word keeps coming up, I guess, is that it is particular to a certain team. So it's like they're
Oh,
making it theirs. They're kind of subsuming that contrast as part of this meta color palette for that team. And there's something about that that's like, all right, you know?
so
Okay.
is jazz garish or is jazz cool?
Hmm. I see a distinction without a difference. I think garish is. Mm,
Garish is cool.
I think I want to say that. Yeah. I think on the other
Interesting.
hand of this garishness of colors, tawdry colors, there is sort of the Jazz Chisholm effect, or like the Brian Abreu at the start of the season when he thought he was going to be the closer inheritor of Josh Hader's role, and like rocking fancy belts. I guess that's a better use of garish there. Ostentatious. Um,
ostentatious.
It's a little much. It's a little much. It's like, hey, can we chill out? Can we just do the team thing?
Well, you know when it really feels like a lot, Johnny, is when you're
Hmm.
throwing sliders middle, and they're getting crushed.
Yeah, you should talk to Brian Abreu about that. I don't think it's
I
going to
might
play
have
well.
to.
It's not going to play well.
I'm gonna be like, do you think you're the Great Gatsby, buddy? Who do we think we are here, right?
What do you think you are, a Chili's triple dipper appetizer, chucking sliders up in the middle of this table, this fat plate table? What are you doing, Brian Abreu?
I could go for some chilies right now.
You know, hot
Uh,
take. Chili's is not what people say it is. It's not the worst thing in the world. Um,
is that really a hot take to say it's not the worst thing in the world?
I think Chili's is sort of like this ongoing narrative that's like it. The hot take is whatever the former take about Chili's was the week before, the year before,
I
and
feel
it's
like I feel like that's like saying, hot take, Willie Abreu is good in right field.
so it's not a hot take, and I should cut out the inauthentic preamble. I was really just couching my own vulnerability for being so basic and loving such a corporate establishment because
Big chilies guy.
I just like the triple dipper. It just excites me. Okay, the Southwestern egg roll, the boneless buffalo wings, the honey chipotle chicken crispers. That's it. If I could just get that once a year to go, that's all I need.
You
Simple man.
know, I think you should buy some chili stock the way that Chaim Bloom bought Willie Abreu stock uh when they traded Christian Vasquez away.
You are doing
I
an amazing job pulling us back in. I'm just pulling us back out.
I know I could just see the threads pulling. But Willier is awesome.
Yeah.
And anyone who watches the Red Sox regularly knows how good he is in right field.
Yep.
He also can hit lefties, which I love. You know
Yeah.
who cannot hit lefties is my man Mune.
Really?
Yeah, can't hit lefties.
Hmm. Interesting.
The splits are pretty tough.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there that can't hit lefties, and some can just get by well enough, and then there's those that thrive, which is
So you know it's
Jordan.
a question worth asking here, I
Sure.
think, is at what point does it become advantageous to take the kid who's good at English but can't do math and put him in all English classes? Because the problem that you get is when the kid one day does see a math problem, he's going to have no shot, right?
I think there's something there to be said for here's another abstraction level to come out to. Um, the idea of a Renaissance, well-rounded education, right, where you've read Heidegger, you've read Socrates, you've read Plato, but you're able to do mathematics, you're able to look at the stars, you're flirting with astronomy, you can build with your hands, carpentry, you can paint a portrait, write a song, play the violin. That idea of a well-rounded education, I think, is not for everybody. Yet, I think that idea of well-roundedness gets kind of pushed into this idea of a common core that is for everybody. This ubiquity, this democracy of education, which is it's a nice goal. I think the reality, though, is trade school is more effective. That there's certain people, certain minds, they just do really well with hands-on stuff and having a useful trade. The key
Now,
word there being usefulness.
I hear you there, Johnny. And I think that it's really great to have read Plato. The question is, have you read any Johnny C?
A little bit at painting-corners.com where you can
Yeah.
find all of our nice merch. Look at this nice hat. You can go play golf with your dad or your brother-in-law down in the hot swamps of Louisiana with this nice moisture-wicking Adidas Painting
And
Corners.
then you can have some all-you-can-eat crawfish.
Real
All right.
quick, though, I do want to smoke through a couple things. Tarek Skubal, rocky but encouraging start as a Dodger. Does that even need to be a headline? It's like, hi, I'm Tarek Skubal. I invented my own new elbow surgery. I shook back in 2 weeks, and now I'm a Dodger. Like, bro's going to be fine.
Do we think Tarek is bored in LA?
I think so. I think he wants to be I think he wants to be back in Detroit. He's
Do
going to do the Flaherty thing.
Do we think there's apathy there?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem with LA. That's the problem. So, hear me out. They get the spoils of riches. They get the Blake Snell, the Glass Snell, the da-da-da-da-das. And the most enthusiasm they can muster is one inning in the inevitable World Series attendance. But that's all they need. That's the gamble they're making. They're saying, look, we just care about stuff plus, throw them in for the one inning they're going to do, and they're good.
Oh, yeah. And that is the model, Johnny. I guess what I'm trying to think through here is maybe the Dodgers thought they were getting Spider-Man, but they're really getting, Venom, right? Because the apathy is just the symbiote taking over Tarek's game right now.
Beautiful. Love it. Run the clip it. Joe, clip it. We're clip farming right now. The symbiote of apathy is taking over Tarek Skubal, and he wants the Jack Flaherty deal. You know what? We give a lot of credit to the Marlins GM, don't we? But
let's be honest here. Peter Bendix is awesome, but keep going.
But what if the Tigers are really playing 4D chess, where you send Flaherty as a nice rental to L.A., you recoup some prospects. You send Tarek to L.A., you recoup some prospects. Zahir Hope, great. And the Dodgers don't really care because they still have like 5 guys in the top 25 of the MLB prospect pipeline, whatever. And then you get Tarek back because he wants to be the statesman of Detroit.
All right, hear me out here. Scott Harris brings Tarek back, right? They go out and get a couple bats. All of a sudden, right, Colt Keith breaks out. Torque's hitting 40. Riley
McGonagall's got the goggles on. He can see the future with Peter Bendix.
Dude, Goggs is getting a batting title, bro. Dylan Dingler just taking over as best catcher in the American League. I mean, we're kind of already there.
I love this.
Yeah.
Pump this into my veins, dude.
And then, boom, Detroit Tigers win the pennant 2027. Right?
Dude, Maglia Ordonez riding out of center field on a horse. Why?
Oh, my gosh.
Matter. Doesn't matter. Who cares? We're not asking why. We're the Tigers. I get a hat. I'm a Tigers fan now.
Don't get my hopes up, Johnny. One thing that I appreciate about the Tigers is the old English D on the logo.
King's English, full circle.
Dude, that D goes hard. That D on that logo goes hard.
Fun fact, you know what I used to spend my time doing in kindergarten up to 2nd grade was mastering the drawing of that D. I spent so much time drawing that D. I was obsessed with that D as a kid. I could draw it from memory right now.
See, I don't have the attention span for that kind of activity.
I wish I could do like the Disney Channel thing right now on screen. Like early 2000s with like the wand. Oh, look at that! It's doing a little bit.
So I know that.
That was it, dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about too. I know the Disney reference there. I know what you're talking about.
D for Disney.
There you go. So as much as I would like to keep going on Tarek and the multiple personalities and him potentially being Venom.
Yeah. Which he is, right.
And can he get back to Spidey? I don't know. Can he get back to Spidey? He's a Scott Boras client, right? So you got to think Scott's going to push the envelope. I mean, those Scott conversations are going to be very tension filled.
Great Scott.
Yeah. You got to think, dude, those Scotts are going to be going at each other's throats.
Absolutely, dude. It's Turf Builder is going to be out. Scott's Green Turf Builder, the Scott's Irish American spirit is going to be fighting for the heart of Detroit. Detroit's going to have a renaissance. Skubal's going to be elected mayor of the city. He's not going to go the Harvey Dent way. Cattell Marte's Batman. I can see it all now. And apparently on a podcast recently, Skubal did say that he actually wants to go back to Detroit. So there is the apathy that is real. It is this spoiled riches. The spotlight is too bright. I can't even figure out what my role is here going on in LA. There's a lot going on. He's a good guy. He'll try to help the team, and I think despite his apathy, they're going to win the World Series, whatever. But if he goes back, how long do they have Fromber for? How long do they have Flaherty for? Who's like kind of figuring it out again? And like you said, dude, we're not playing Constable Jake Rogers in the muggy, foggy cobblestone streets of London, are we? No, we're playing Dylan
Wonderful.
Dingler ball. We're playing
And
Dingler ball.
honestly, I think that in the multiverse, Constable Jake had it pretty good because
Hmm.
he was enjoying the fruits of the British Empire. He was in the thick of the empire that the sun never set on. Uh,
So he was a Renaissance man. He had the full, well-rounded education. A little Plato, a little painting time,
yep.
a little astronomy. Jake had it, and was a constable at night.
Yeah. It's really wonderful to think about Jake Rogers circa 1900.
Oh my God, the chin strap just under here,
Wonderful.
perfectly manicured mustache.
Really nice.
His dad, I think, served in India, right? Or in Burma. I think his dad served in Burma, came back, got a mini ball in the leg.
Ooh,
Slight limp. So Jake Rogers imitated him as a kid with the little cane. He'd pick it up, and his dad said, "You're so good with that cane. Why don't you go clack it on some cobblestones and be a haunting constable in the foggy night?"
wow. That sounds pretty good. I do
Pretty
love me
dope.
a good cobblestone street. Uh, let's talk Mooney just for one more moment here, because I do have a point that I want to make.
Let's do it.
Do we think so? Asking Mooney to play short, for example, would be asking would be
Ooh,
would be actually pretty entertaining. But it'd be asking a fish to climb a tree, right? Going
nice.
back to our previous conversation. So one question I have for you is, do you think that asking him to hit lefties is a similar request, maybe not quite extreme, but or do you think, hey, if we keep this kid in math class, he's going to be able to solve algebra 2?
Yeah. So last week we talked about pitch shapes. Actually, about Mune in this regard. We said we used him as a hypothetical example, I believe, about how some guys just they can't figure out a pitch because of sequencing.
Hmm.
But but does that still apply to handedness? Can a guy figure out a lefty? Because is there much to figure out? It's not that a lefty's has inherently different pitch sequencing that can fool a guy with a particular pitch shape. It's the timing and the flinching and the feeling like he's going to throw at your head. I bet I was a lefty, so when I faced a lefty, it was like that. I felt like I had less time to see the ball, and it's just an optical illusion. It's a mental thing because righties face it all the time. There's nothing different about it. Granted, some guys have different extension, hot and cold by turns, but that is something that can be trained, I believe. I think it's like a Luke Skywalker on the Millennium Falcon in A New Hope, blindfolded, or whatever that thing is on his head, and Obi-Wan is like, "Yo, dude, feel it," as the laser starts hitting you. I think Mune needs a little sesh. He needs to get in the sesh
Really? You think he needs a
shed.
little Obi-Wan?
Little Obi-Wan, little laser, like a little airsoft gun on the kneecaps every time he like flinches at the wrong time. Whatever it
Yeah.
is, something.
Maybe a little less Han Solo, right?
Wow.
A little more Obi-Wan,
Please, thank you.
right?
And then he'll be the only one on the team that's a perfect hitter. He's a perfectly complete hitter now. If he can hit lefties, you don't have to worry about platooning. He's not a platoon guy. It's not like this Jock Peterson thing or whatever, where it's like, yeah, we'll do a little bit of him and a little bit of this guy. Mooney's
Gotta
a
lo-
monster.
gotta love Jock though. Tearing it
That's
up
fine.
this year.
That's fine. We'll love Jock. He's a Ranger, so obviously I have my
I
gripes.
mean, hey, he's been killing everybody in the AL West this year.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's good.
so what I would like to get to now is Marshall Mathers, center fielder for the Chicago Cubs,
Oh my
otherwise
gosh,
known
yes.
as Pete Crow Armstrong.
He's so good, dude. It's gross, right?
He's so good. Best center fielder since Andrew Jones.
Wow.
Um, 30-30. I mean,
Yeah.
starts the game leadoff bomb, ends the game walk-off bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, have you seen anything like this guy? I mean, he's unbelievable. And think about this, Johnny. I really want you to marinate, to ruminate on this thought, right? When was the last time, other than Shohei, let's say, where
Yeah.
you saw someone, a player come up that's doing something that you've never seen done, right? Where you're like, I don't know if I've seen a player like that before. I mean, who was the last guy that you would say that about? Is it Jordan? Have you never seen anyone like Jordan?
Jordan he's got that because of the hitting the lefties and the being impossibly clutch. Like
Yeah.
once he hit Robbie Ray, also when Robbie Ray came back to pitch against him as a
Yeah.
Giant, that was like amazing. That wasn't just it though. It's Jose Alvarado coming in. It's you name it. So Jordan's one of those guys. Otani's one of those guys. Tim Lincecum is one of those guys. Jacob Mizorowski is one of those guys. But Lincecum and Mizorowski is because they're gangly, long-limbed fellas chucking at high velos. I think that's more of the freakishness of the optical.
You know what
the
I was
optics.
I was thinking about the other day about Jordan and how awesome he is and how much he kills the Mariners all the time. And I was thinking about how if I were to picture Jordan in another context, another time, I feel like he would be my stand-in champion for a 1v1 battle to
Yep.
the death, you know?
Start of Troy, absolutely. Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
He's
like
the
Game
guy.
of Thrones, you know, like
He's the guy, dude.
I mean, honestly, Start of Troy is better because I like the story. I like Game of Thrones, but I really like the Greek mythology and all that.
I just love this shot of him just holding the bat, staring at Robbie Ray coming out to throw warm-up
Yeah.
pitches.
Oh yeah.
That is like
Dude,
iconic.
so
dude.
here's the question that I got is do you feel like Robbie had intrusive thoughts and thought, oh my gosh, Jordan is gonna blast me with that mace, dude. He's just gonna
Absolutely.
swing that mace and hit the ball 500 feet.
Absolutely, because I know what it's like to have somebody get in your head and you start doing this like mental dance of like, okay, they're not going to get in my head. And you realize at that moment you've already lost because you're already thinking in terms of
Rent free, bro.
absolutely.
Living rent free.
Jordan, on the other hand, is not having those thoughts at all. The world
Yeah.
is just merely entertaining to him, and the only time he's going to slam the bat down is when he's disappointed at himself for barely missing a pitch. Special guy. So, PCA, yeah, the numbers are incredible. The defense is wow. And I like that you brought up the Andrew Jones thing because there was that era in the early 2000s I'm very fond of. I look back on the Torrey Hunters, the Jim Edmonds,
Jim was unbelievable.
right, these like center field icons of the early 2000s that were amazing hitters. They were just like guys you would hope would come
Yep.
up again. And there were Gold Glove center fielders like Torrey Hunter robbing dudes over. Come on. So there's that element to PCA that makes me feel like baseball is not over, and I'm really in love with that. I'm really grateful for him. So shout out PCA. Thank you PCA from the PC fam. And kind of coming up to our close here, so we'll start wrapping it up. But anything you want to close out with, Aidan?
I'm gonna say that's Eminem to you. No.
Well, everybody head on over to pcpainting-corners.com. Come get the merch. Come hang out with us and all of our writing crew, people contributing articles all the time. Could be you as well. Come write for us. We got the pod episodes every week. And shout out Joe for the hot take videos.
Shout out Joe.
Peace.
Baseball for the loyal fans.